takes to come out and promote youth. I go to Argos on 17, and every time I go out to a school, I like to promote and stuff. Before I get started, I want to try a little activity with you guys. Let's need everybody to fold their arms for me. Everybody fold your arms. Well, that's all I require. Now I want you to take that and reverse it and fold your arms the opposite way. Yes, pretty tough right, huh? Try it, yeah. There's no meaning to that, though. Just wanted to let you know that. I just wanted to see if you can do it, though. My wife had me do that last night, and I sat in the room for about 20 minutes trying to fold my arm and reverse it. That's all it was. But no, I need you guys, on the count of 3, I need everybody to simultaneously clap their hands together. I'm not giving you the truth. There you go, one clap simultaneously. Now, like I said, the message we're promoting is unity. And by doing this, the word clap stands for collectively loving all people. I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. When I went up to Detroit, there was no such thing as collectively loving all people. You only love yourself and you took care of yourself. So now that I'm here in Toronto, I'm going to deliver this message. On the count of 3, 1, 2, one clap, simultaneously together. 1, 2, 3. Come on, I need somebody over here. The music now. You kind of like my music this morning. I didn't get a chance to listen to my iPod this morning. So I need everybody to come together. 1, 2, 3. Somebody lying back in the back over here. Collectively loving all people. 1, 2. You better find the thing. Most of y'all be out there. You gotta follow directions now. 1, 2, 3. The choices you make today will mold you for the future. Those words came from my mom. And then yesterday, as I was preparing for this event, I began to think about how choices had a determining factor on what we did. And I was watching television, and this is a truly sad story for me to tell. There was a young lady who had met a man. They were in Florida. She met this man over the internet. She had a 2-year-old child. She made the choice. That's all she talked about was in her interview. She said, I just chose to go down to see this man in Florida. They started hanging out together. 2 months. This man wanted to teach kids just a simple thing and said, please and thank you. It was a 3-year-old child. Now I have 4 kids. I have a 7-year-old, I have a 6-year-old, I have a 5-year-old, all girls, and I have a 1-year-old baby boy. Now, my 3-year-old, yes, she can say please and thank you, but I can't fathom the fact of what this man decided to do. He said he wanted to beat this child because he wanted to get the message across. He beat this child to death. They decided to put this child in a box and store it in a closet. After they did that, this lady kept saying it was a choice on that. All I did was make the wrong choice. They took this box and decided to throw it in the river. That got me to thinking how we all make a choice every time that we do something. Regardless of where we're at in life, we made a choice to get up and come to school this morning. Things like this didn't make sense to me when I was growing up. I didn't understand what choices it made the difference of choice would make until a fatal day for myself. Because I sat there as a kid, sitting in your seat, and somebody came up and talked to me about choices. Even my mom was talking to me about choices. I said, well, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever, Mom, I hear you. September 19, 1997, I lost my brother to gun violence. Got shot and killed. 7 shots in a minivan. 7 shots in that car. He was the only person to get shot. 7 guys in a minivan. I took that as a message. Because now, that's all she talked about. Her exact words was, Chuck, do you remember those choices I talked about? I told your brother not to walk out the house. The minute she went out the front door, he left out the back door. That was the last drive he ever rode in that car. I get kind of choked up when I talk about it. Because I can never go back and say, bring my brother back, talk about the memories that I have with him. It's gone. My choices. We all have a choice to make. Make the right choice. Choose to do the right thing. My coach, Pinball Clemens, actually our president now, always talk about do what's right. We all know the difference between right and wrong. Why is that we choose to do the wrong thing? You know, when you get faced with this decision, you get a feeling in your stomach. And based off of how that feeling is, you know what's the difference between right and wrong. Let me take you through some more choices with you. Now, I gave you that moment there, and I don't want to get the whole moment tonight to be so sad. But I made another choice in my life that determined where I'm at now. And I didn't even think it would have any bearings on my life, but it had a lot of bearings on it. When I left the University of Michigan in 1996, I was done with football. Didn't want to play anymore. Had the license to play with some of the great players, from Tom Brady to Brian Greasy to Charles Woodson to Ty Law. I can go on the list of guys that I played with. I said, no, I'm done with football. I made a choice after 5 seasons being out of football to come back and go to a tryout. Now, I'll give you this scenario. Myself, I love the movie Gladiator. Everybody know the movie Gladiator? All right, good. Now, the night before, I'm sitting in front of the TV, right? Doing some push-ups. Ooh, I can't wait to go to this tryout. I'm sitting there doing these push-ups. Now, I get up the next morning, I drive my car out to the palace. Argos Hills. That's where the tryout was held at. I drive up to the palace. I get out of my car. I walk in and I walk right back on out. Because I was nervous. There was 400 guys in there. I had been gone for 5 years from playing football. Right there, I had a decision to make. Do I choose to go back in there, or I decide not to? I made a choice to go back in there. After I got down, I was at the fastest 40 time, the most bench press, the highest vertical. Ultimately, it led me to being chosen, the only one guy out of 400 people to be chosen from that trial. Made that choice to go back in there. My defensive coordinator was the same defensive coordinator we had for the Toronto Argonauts. That's what allowed me to come up here. He brought me up here in 2002, actually 01. In 04, his exact words, won't you come up to Toronto so we can win us a Grey Cup? In 04, I became a Grey Cup champion because I made the choice. Now, I'll give you one.